So, you know that phrase, stepping up, stepping back. It's it's meant to like encourage people to step up and participate in activity, but also make sure they don't, dominate the space, to step back. Well, I'm someone who really likes to step up. And when something really strikes my fancy, I go all in. When I was first hired at the San Francisco congregation to create a young adult program, I took everything I had learned about event management and community creation and dove into the work. I tried a lot of things. I had great successes and some failures, but no one could deny that I was giving it my all. With creating yarn, though, I was a bit more hesitant. This was a much bigger endeavor, and I was risking so much because I was risking myself. This was an idea that I had, and it requires when you want to be vulnerable when they're putting an idea that they have out there. It also didn't help that I wasn't properly medicated at the time. I have anxiety. But once COVID hit and the lockdowns began, all bets were off. In just a few months, we put on Conline, we blew up a General Assembly, and that summer, the previous project that I had started became the Young Adult Revival Network. Unfortunately for us stepper uppers, while it's a great quality in a leader, it does make it hard to step back. Case in point, my somewhat abrupt departure from the San Francisco Society this spring. Truth is, I was burnt out and waiting for an exit. I had hoped to stay a little longer, but it came a little sooner than I hoped. And of course, once I stopped working there, I stopped getting paid to work on yarn. But I kept doing it because this is my baby and I love it. But I did know that it was time to work to give it up. I'm 34, I'm getting up there in my years. No longer in that life stage where I'm figuring out this being adult thing. Although that doesn't ever really stop. I have a good sense of myself and the world. I also, God bless you, young adults, just don't care as much as I used to in the best possible way. The things that used to bother me, that used to enrage and sadden me, the incredible emotional highs and lows, they just don't happen like they used to and don't impact me like they used to in the same way when I was young. I got a great friend in their early 20s, and I keep telling her to just not care as much as she should about that one guy or that one thing. But I also know it's a lesson that takes a long time to learn and a lifetime to master. I am a young adult still, but definitely an older one. But like any good leader, I'm not going to abandon this project. You see, when I create something, when I organize and build an organization, I keep Steve Jobs in mind. The brilliant and flawed founder of Apple Computers didn't just want to make computers accessible for regular humans, but he wanted to build a company that would endure beyond him. I wanted to build Yarn so that it would endure, that it would break the cycle of creation and destruction that has plagued the Unitarian, Universalist, young adult community for generations. Am I still worried this could all come crashing down? Hell yeah, brother. But I know I can't do this forever. I have to let it go. I have to let it live on its own. But I wanted it to endure. So we built a working group and then a board. We built a fundraising operation. We built programs, a website, a Discord. We built so many things. And most importantly, we put people in places to run these things, to fill these seats. But there was one more seat to fill, mine. Not this literal chair, I'm keeping it, Carol, but my figurative seat. I couldn't leave it empty. But I also didn't want people to think that someone was going to fill my shoes. I wanted someone to have a new start. And so we put the word out for a community director, for someone to take on just managing this growing Unitarian Universalist young adult community. And while there were many great candidates, the most surprising person answered the call. Folks, I am so happy that Carol Maciel is your new community director. Carol, like me, is a stepper upper. Carol is bringing Unitarian Universalism to Brazil. Carol is someone who sees something worth doing and throws themselves at it. You can't teach someone to be like that. They have to find it in themselves. And Carol, it also helps that Carol is much younger than me, in their 20s, and not a dude. Much more representative of this beautiful community we're creating. But ultimately, this is the goal. It's to pass yarn down ongoingly to the new young adults. All that's left for me to do now, as an old person, is get some dentures, turn on cable TV, and throw my hard-earned money at yarn. I have nothing much left to offer. Quite frankly, I'm out of ideas. I don't know what this community wants, and quite frankly, don't care. Again, in the best possible way, because this is your community now. So I invite you to grab it by the reins and make something with it. But if you need some advice or guidance, I'm still available. I ain't going anywhere just yet. Just stay off my lawn. Have a great time.